What do you do when your fear of failure becomes so strong that it prevents you from trying in the first place? If you never try, well, then you can never really fail. So when I reached this breaking point, I said, enough! And I sat down on camera and vowed to not stop working until I got past my fear. Well, I'm still here, but I did not come out of it unscathed. I had a complete mental breakdown. Like, full-blown crash out, crying on camera, thinking I was an utter failure. But little did I know, getting through this was the only way to cure myself of my fear. Welcome to my worst nightmare. What was I procrastinating, you ask? A song, just a simple song, but one I'd been avoiding for over a year. When you procrastinate on something for that long, you get pretty deep in neurosis, and you start to doubt yourself. Will I even be able to finish this? Let's hear from the man himself to see how he's feeling about starting his journey. I have tried to sit down and record the actual guitar part and start building off of it like I normally do for other songs. I've tried just sitting down to write the whole thing in one session. I've really taken an earnest effort to try and finish this song. Our story takes place in the trenches of my 6th album. I'm no spring chicken. I've done this 5 times before. Enough to think to myself, what am I doing? I can't keep working on a project that doesn't make any money. I'm trying to build a life here. So if I was to make another album, I had to give it my all. That's where maybe the issue lies. Have I been earnestly attempting to finish the song? Because I feel like if it was an earnest attempt, the song would be done. The only thing that I can do to actually change my predicament is to just do the thing. But I have the expectation that when I do the thing, the songs will be so excellent that people will, it'll be undeniable to people and they'll have to give me money and a career because it's so good, right? Wrong, but I get it. Music is what I've invested my life into, and I'm terrified it was a bad investment. Still though, I had enough sense left to try one last time. So let me show you what I've gotten done on this song in the last year. I had an intro, we had this like kind of stillness, a verse, this finger picking pattern, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. It's this ascending bit. I had a few words with the music, so naturally my goal was to finish both the lyrics and the music. And there's only one way to make that happen. You get to work. All right. You try and run from yourself, but it comes circling back, doesn't it? What is this song about? I'm sure if I yell that enough at myself, I'll have an answer. What is this song about? I don't know. And frankly, I don't want to know because I'm scared. I'm scared that it'll turn out like shit, you know, and I'm worried that people will think that I'm a fraud. I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything in like 45 minutes. I've just been sitting here desperately trying to make it seem like I'm getting work done. I don't know. I can't convince myself that that's the case. And then it's just like so easy to talk about it instead of just doing the thing, man. So instead, I did the thing. Do we like that? I don't like that it changes. I want it to go bow, 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 bow. I feel so small and so silly and like such a silly guy. If I didn't have the camera on, I would have given up. And this song would have continued to live on in my head only. And that is such a shame. But even though I felt silly, I still sat down and tried, which hadn't happened for a year. I'd so want to just like have this be over with and like have the song written. And even just thinking about that scenario gives me some like dopamine. And that's terrible. That should not happen. I should not be getting dopamine from this like hypothetical idea that doesn't exist and won't exist until I actually do it. Gaining momentum. I'm trying my hardest, but sometimes it doesn't work. I'm trying my best, but nothing works. I've got no rest. No rest for the wicked. Cinema. Nothing really happened in this session, so I'll spare you the details and skip to the end. Or I could show you half an hour of footage sped up 33,000%. I had this realization that, like, you know what? This isn't what failing is. This isn't truly what failing is. It's like a miscategorization thing. Just because I can't write a song doesn't mean I'm failing. Failing is actually not trying to write the song at all. I'm still trying. And that's a success, in my opinion. Yeah, sometimes you sit down to write and you get nothing. Sometimes you sit down to write and the pain is the process because you have to push through this somehow to actually get anywhere. I called it a day, excited by my momentum. Maybe I was getting somewhere, even if my expectations of getting this done in a day were squashed. To really emphasize the stakes, I got a little system. Let me tell you, it's gonna get real, all right? It's now or never. The stakes, if I don't do this now, it'll never get done, and what a shame. Let's retrieve our pen and paper, and let's start writing some stuff down. The doubt is already spiraling, right? Every idea that I have is under the gun. How are you supposed to know what to do if you don't just like try something? And then you can always edit later. Let's just write something, okay? Even if it's shit, we can throw it away. What can you say? It's hard to sing along to that. Any old time you flip into that. An hour of writing went by, trying a lyric, doubting it, going back. I was starting to get a little worried, kind of rejecting every idea that I have. Still. And the more that you reject, the harder it'll be to find an idea that you actually like, because nothing's good enough. First roadblock already. I mean, this is what happens every single time. So how is this time gonna be different? So let's just do it. Shadows creep into solitude. All right, let's try that. Shadows creep into solitude. Oh boy, guess who doesn't want to do this? Me. Yep, that's right. The video about a guy that doesn't want to do something. Doesn't want to do something. Oh God, man. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, I feel the sinking feeling again. I feel the fear. Once again. Another page. Another page. The no plan thing wasn't working as well as I'd hoped. I was writing, but it felt like no matter what I tried, it wasn't good. Why was my definition of good so unachievable? You have the best art that has ever existed throughout all of humanity, readily accessible at your fingertips at all time. And how could you compete? You might think, oh, well, comparison's the thief of joy. And this is true, absolutely correct. With the caveat, we live in a system in which comparison is built in by it by necessity. When we're confronted with algorithms, it is a competition of attention. If something captures your attention and makes you feel something more than something that doesn't, even if the quality doesn't matter, you're gonna click on that video instead of my video. I don't know how to like reverse engineer this system to work in my benefit. I haven't figured it out. And I feel like if I don't figure it out, then I'm just destined to fail and I'll never leave. There is a truth to this observation, but it's a deceptive half-truth. Sure, sometimes you gotta play the game and the cards are stacked against you. However, this is not an excuse to relinquish your agency and blame the external world. The rest of the truth is that you still have control over your actions. So I get all worked up. What are we gonna do about it, you know? If we've identified that the ways in which we are thinking about it will net in just pure loss, then there has to be another way to think about it. It's that thing about learning new habits, where if you have too steep of a learning curve, you'll just stop. I need to have the most gentle ramp. So, how do we build a gentle ramp? You change from, I have to do all of this right now, to just chunking it into smaller, more manageable portions. Words on a page, my friends, words on a page. Doesn't matter how much you get done, doesn't matter how good it is. It just needs to be continued. Keep going, keep at it. And so I worked. I got words written down, and I set timers for half-an-hour increments and took breaks when I reached those goals. Instead of having to finish the whole song, I just had to make it through the next timer. If you don't mind, I'm gonna go take a breather, take a break. I just spent the last like hour just staring, and I just like really got overwhelmed with how awful I feel and like how perfect I feel I need to be to like make my dreams come true. I'm just taking myself so seriously. You know, I mean, the spotlight thing with... All right, so all that being said, what did I get done? Why am I coming on here and recording? Well, I think I figured it out. I have the first lines. What if I fail? What if I fail to find my life? Despite feeling overwhelmed, I still tried again. I'm thinking it's what we got, okay? I have 4-second beat, and then I have to slowly slide, whatever, okay? We're gonna try it. And then we're gonna write this song, and we're gonna try that too. All right, it's time to get serious. Okay? But not overly serious. I set another half-an-hour timer and got to it. Just like, it's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay. This scariness, it'll be all right. This is kind of nice, actually. I'm kind of liking what we're doing. Wow. Turns out, if you just sit down and really force yourself to do something, you might not hate it at the end of it. You might hate it for a little bit, or a lot of it, or a year, but eventually, you'll get here. Terrified in spite of all your work. Terrified in spite of all prior experience. Oh, that might be actually kind of good. It's not perfect, but it's on the page. And that's gotta count for something. Ha ha ha! Suck it, George Martin. I can write more than a sentence at a time. I'm sorry, I don't know why he caught any flack. I actually got something done. That is more than I have gotten done in a year, dude. This is kind of a big deal. This is kind of a big moment for me. So how about we lighten things up, right? How about we lighten things up? Yeah, that was actually super intense and super gnarly, and I felt really bad there for a moment. And I was honestly worried that I wouldn't be able to do it. And I was just worried that I would give up and that this video would be a failure and this song would be a failure and I would be a failure. But you know, if that does happen, what's the big deal? You have to dissolve your expectations and then reset back to where you are in the here and now and keep trying. You will get there. Every day was a struggle, but I pushed through. I picked up on day 3 and started analyzing what we've done so far. Here's our lyrics. What if I fail? What if I fail to find my life? What if I fail? What if I fail and never try? Tied up by the thoughts that keep me up at night, trapped in the machine of spirals and mistakes. Nothing's ever right when doubt's on my mind, but if I can excite, then I can still try. The simplicity of these first words that we have. What if I fail? What if I fail to find my life? These lyrics are so plain that it feels very revealing. I'm nervous about it because it's like the nervous fear of judgment and being seen. Tied up by the thoughts that keep me up at night, trapped in the machine of spirals and mistakes. The pace in which it is evolving the lyrics forward, I think is a little too quick. And what I mean by that is like it's just like one idea after another and you don't have enough time lingering on the kind of same idea to really process what's happening in like a mellow way, because the song is kind of more mellow. Oh, that's too good. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Our old friend writer's block is coming back again. Letting even a sliver of doubt into your drafting will cause you to overthink every word that you put down. It's called the vomit draft for a reason. You shouldn't be precious about vomit. I am now worried that my excitement has reached its last stop on the line. And now it's time to get off the fun train and face our fears again. I did the fun stuff already and now I have to eat my vegetables. No more doubt, okay? Maybe I should keep all my spare pages in frame. Does that add visual intrigue or is that just clutter? If I can excite, then I can still try to change. Oh, man, it's so sick. You know what I mean? Like, I want this to be a very pretty song. And those lyrics of what if I fail to find my life are not pretty. It's just like sad. And I don't know if that's the tone that I wanna go for. I don't like what if I fail. You know what? I don't like it. I think I'm gonna axe what we did yesterday. Sunken cost fallacy. It's coming back to me. No. How can it be so difficult when I have the melody and the music? Just like the words aren't coming. I can't go another day without making progress. I can't do that to myself. But I can't write lyrics because I want something on the page. I have to write lyrics because I want to say them. Am I having fun? No, not really. Maybe that's the issue. This is the issue. This is going to sound obvious, but the headspace that you're in will influence what you write and the ideas that you choose. If you're in a mood, that limits you to a certain perspective. So if you're in a bad mood, you only have ideas from the bad mood pool. But if you're in a good mood, you have more access. Does that kind of make sense? So I thought to have fun, I needed to play a little bit more. But the minute I stopped playing and having fun, come on, brain, think. Okay, canned lyric, get out of here. All right, maybe that's the issue. Is it time to give up? Is it time to give up? I mean, I want to say no because I never want to give up, but also maybe I'm just gonna feel like shit if I give up today. Oh man, I was so excited for this. Why? What if I fail? What if I fail and it's not okay? What if everything fucking falls apart? What if my life's a disaster? You know, what if I hate it all. 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 I hate every single word that I'm writing. It just sucks. It sucks. I'm gonna laugh this off when this song is done. I'm gonna look at this footage and be like, wow, I can't believe I was so stuck on this. That was so simple the whole time. I'm not laughing. Instead, I look at this footage with remorse, knowing how much pain I could have spared myself had I access to the tools that I have now. I had to stumble through this. I'm forcing myself to sit down again, by the way. I was this close to stopping recording. I don't know how else to do this fucking song. Fuck it, I'm going out of focus. Who gives a shit? I'm laying down. Oh my God, that feels so much better. I don't know, I've worked myself into such a mental pretzel. The fear of ruining my own excitement. And I did it somehow. I just have this tendency to like drive myself into a spiral. What would Dada Bombadil say to me right now? You are taking yourself far too seriously. My goodness. Who is Dada Bombadil? Ah, fellow traveler. Well met and welcome to the Waystone Inn. My name? Yes, Dada Bombadil. Time to come clean. I lied. The footage that you see now is the real day 2. We're actually on day 4. Dada Bombadil is the character that I created that was originally going to narrate this video. I thought he'd be cut, so it kind of surprised me when he subconsciously came back and helped me through this moment. I mean, I find it kind of endearing, because I guess if I couldn't listen to my own voice, I might as well listen to somebody else's. But that somebody else was also mine. It's so psychological. I'm not even going to try. If you just believed in yourself, you don't believe in yourself right now at all. You are putting yourself down with every action. It's quite incredible to witness, truly. I don't know what happened to you in your past, but whatever it is not helping you now. That's what Dada Bombadil would say. It's just art. Don't take it too seriously. You're not gonna change the world with just one song. I know, Dada, I know. I'm taking myself too seriously because I'm trying to succeed because the world takes everything too seriously. It makes everything too serious. So pick up your guitar and get back to it. Be immediate. Thank you, Dada Bombadil, for showing me the way once again. It feels like I failed in this session, but I chose to show up and try. That's no failure. If you try and you show up, yeah, you'll fail. You'll fail over and over and over again. And that's okay. At least I showed up. Showing up was all I could bear. I took a break, but when you're upset, no break feels like rest. So I turned the camera back on. I had a terrible, terrible time right after I finished filming the earlier part of the video. I felt so bad that I started to go into a bit of a spiral. I entered the no fun brain zone. What is the no fun brain zone? Let me tell you. Oh, come on. It didn't turn on both. You try and turn on both your remaining neurons and neither of them communicate. That's only a tiny portion of what the no fun brain zone actually is. The rest of it is self-punishing thoughts. I went on a walk afterwards. I was just kind of thinking about it, workshopping, and immediately, like I stepped out the door, 5 minutes in, lyric, bam. Any old time a thought enters mine, I cannot unwind the spool from the line. Try as I might, it ruins my life. I just wanna read a book on the beach in peace. That's it, baby. That's it. We're done for tonight. One piece of catharsis that I want to get out of the way. All of this, all of what we've written so far is not necessarily helpful. What if I fail? What if I fail? What if I fail? And crumple it up. Rest until you're feeling sore. I creep into my solitude. Yeah? You like that? All this work that we put into it, we're just gonna throw it away. Yeah, this also gone. Who is this for? What is this song about? Doesn't matter. We're not committing it to memory. All of these words, we have words in our head that we can remember. Lastly, all of the other ideas tossed away into the garbage. And sorry, I don't mean to imply that the old ideas and what we did was garbage. I mean that we are refreshing, we're renewing, we're turning that into compost, if you will. I'm not sure why I did this. It was a compulsive thought and it was also a double-edged sword. Like, sure, I was composting for future work, but I also just thrown away everything that we'd done. So it put the emotions of wasted time into my thinking. The effects of this decision bled into day 5. All right, hey guys, what's up? I'll be honest, I'm not feeling super good. I don't even have my guitar. You'll notice today's lighting setup is quite plain. That's because the best I can do today is well lit. Tried to brainstorm some more things and didn't really come up with anything. I go into this like fugue frustration state where I'm like unable to dig myself out of. This is something that I learned in therapy, which really bothered me. Tell my therapist what I was going through and they would be like, well, notice how you feel. Get out of therapy and I'm like, you didn't fix my problems. You can't just like say something to me and I'll be like, oh yeah, of course. Now I've overcome my mental illness. You just have to observe yourself and notice your feelings, and a lot of it's not actionable. They would always use the piece of imagery of a slope, either an overgrown meadow or a snow-covered slope. You navigate this place by choosing a path, and there are 2 types of paths. There's the habitual path, unoptimized, and there's the direct path, which is blocked. There's gonna be resistance, and our brains love putting off resistance. So if you can easily choose the habitual path, why wouldn't you? But you'll waste a lot of time getting lost and going in circles. Now, the direct path is blocked by thorny brambles and snow, and to clear them, it's gonna take a lot of time, it's not gonna be fun, and you might get cut and frozen. But if you work on this every day, eventually you'll have a clear path. If you reinforce in the direction in which you wish to go, you will be able to get to where you want to go much faster over time. Reinforce in the direction that you would wish to go. The mountain is an analog for neuroplasticity, and making paths is like the process of strengthening your synapses so your brain can more easily communicate with itself. But I'm no neuroscientist. I'm just a guy that doesn't like getting frustrated with himself. All I know is I gotta walk. So of course I'm not able to synthesize like complex emotions right now because I'm just trying to fast travel through my thoughts to get to the place where I want to be. And it's just not possible. You have to walk. You have to walk. I am capable of carving paths up the mountain slope, even if I forgot my machete at home. And so I walked. I picked up my guitar and worked for an hour. I didn't get anything done, but I was having more fun. Clearly, my issue is not just showing up. My issue is my perspective and what I do when I get there, when I do show up. I'm at the mountain. It's not that. It's that when I look at the paths ahead of me that are untrekked and wild, I kind of freak out. I don't actually like the reactions that I have to these things, but they're mine and they're the reactions that I have. And unfortunately, you just have to work with what you got. I still think I should take a break. Come back when I'm ready to work. Come back when I have things to say and when I'm excited about saying them. I woke the next morning feeling a little down, but I got to work anyway. Why are you blue? I've had to face some really hard truths in the past 24 hours since we last filmed. I took a break and then became utterly, completely, immovably depressed. We're in the blue zone, which means accepting our blues. I'm glad to be doing stuff like this. This stuff makes me feel better for sure. The sooner you accept your feelings, the sooner that this passing moment will end. You won't be sad forever. You might even have fun playing guitar. Okay, there's something here. Crisp distance. Skin distance? What's like a word for forget? What's a one-syllable word for forget? Skip the distance. Skip the distance. Solitude. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly it. Oh my God, man. How does it take that long? I think that's the first line that I actually like. That we've done in 6 days, man. This has taken 6 days to come up with skip the distant solitude. Oh, I'm starting to get excited now. This feels really, this feels like a redemption. This feels like an arc. I tried going for a bit longer, but nothing came close to that peak. Maybe it's break time. I sat for a little good while, came up with one line, and that is progress. Thus marks the end of day 6. So with all that positive progress, lyrics we like, and having worked through intense psychological shortcomings, we must be feeling pretty good about ourselves, right? Hello, welcome to day 7. This feels like the worst day of my life. Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't sound good. In fact, I feel just about as bad as I can, I think. I will say that I was looking at jobs today, and yeah, that just kind of has elicited this complete and utter mental breakdown. I was looking for jobs because I had convinced myself that my efforts were futile and that I was destined to fail. And so I might as well accept my fate and quit. I didn't want to feel like this. I wanted to choose a better path for myself. So instead of giving up, I went on camera. Everything feels so far away, and I am just stuck with this. And it feels like there's nothing I can do to change it. Oh man, I feel so fucking bad. I don't know if I can do it, man. I'm here to show up. I'm here to show up still. All right, we're gonna write some lyrics, I guess. All right, you're about to see some very vulnerable moments of mine. And in the spirit of learning and growing, I am choosing to show you. But I do request that everybody be chill about it, okay? I'm also going to be editorializing for my own discretion, so I won't be showing you all of it, but I'll show you a little bit of it, and then we're going to talk about it. All right? Sound good? Thank you. I appreciate your respect. I think the video will probably be better if I don't talk very much. It doesn't look as cool as I thought it would look. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Maybe I should just give up. Stuck going nowhere. I'm never making it out of here alive. What do you guys do when you're like this? Do you guys ever get like this?
Do you ever get so hopeless and so stuck? Does it ever feel like there's nothing you can do? Because this is your fault. Your fault that you're in this. Your fault that you've made these stupid fucking decisions that have brought you here. I can't even imagine what comes tomorrow. I can't say anything else. I'm so fucking itchy. Fucking get me out of here, man. Fuck. Oh my God, get the fucking hair out of my face. I'm angry. That doesn't even fucking cover it. Ugh. I don't know what I can do. I don't know what to do. It's so weird. This is so weird. What are you looking at, huh? Okay, that kind of made me laugh. That was kind of funny. I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to just delete this because nobody's ever seeing this. Yeah, these are the worst moments of my life, okay? Do you like that? Do you like seeing the worst moments of my life?
Yes, I do. Although it's uncomfortable to watch yourself have a breakdown in full HD and then go on to share it with a bunch of people. The value of this action far outweighs the discomfort for me. I lived this moment, I watched it, I edited it, I wrote a script around it, and then I have integrated these lessons that were bestowed upon me by this moment into my current life. I know that the pain that I was feeling and the anger was coming from me feeling trapped in my life, and the hood and my hair were just externalized physicalities of this anger. And my grief came from me processing this hypothetical failure as if I had conjured it from the future and made it real. This was a brutal moment to live through, and I'm glad I don't have to do it again. And it's really hard to communicate just how this felt in the moment.
There's no words for how bad this is, because the human language can't describe suffering in anything more than a fucking metaphor. It's like I'm trying to compete at an archery tournament. Everybody else's target is stand still, but mine is moving. I have to perfectly track it every time I step up to the podium. Shout out to all my manic depressive girlies out here who know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys are the fucking real ones. Because everybody else is just stupid. I'm having such a fucking bad day. Yeah, the most cinematic nose blowing you've ever seen. This is what it looks like, by the way. This is what my life actually looks like. Glitz and glam, am I right? Glitz and glam. There's probably somebody else experiencing the exact same thing right now. They're entangled with your experience. And I hope that the takeaway is that if you're experiencing stuff like this, you're not alone. Although it totally feels like you are because you're in a room with nobody else. Yes, you are alone physically, but not in the world.
We survived. I wasn't sure for a second. Humor really helped, kind of pulled us out of the burning wreckage and was a liquid salve for our suffering. But we're nowhere close to digging ourselves out of this hole. It was a small victory, but we got a long way to go. We're all here together. We can overcome. This is kind of proof. I thought so. I was convinced. Maybe I could do it. And I don't mean just finish the song. I mean, I realized that I could keep going.
I'm convinced that if I sit here long enough, that eventually something will happen.
Yesterday was a day of challenge and strife and struggle. I held the belief that I was doomed. When I came out of that, I felt awful. But my core driving principles had changed. I knew that I could keep going and continue. And if that doesn't put a pep in your step when all that you are able to think when you wake up is, I'm doomed, I'm a failure, it's all gonna crash and burning, I'm gonna die, then a change in that is gonna sure make you chipper too. It's not the end of the world. You will wake up the next day and it'll be a new day. It'll even be Earth Day. In spirit of celebrating all that is around us, the birds are chirping, the sun is shining, the plants are growing, and so are we. We're just gonna have fun. Felt really down in the dumps, felt really hard on myself. Sometimes that happens, and that's okay. All we have to do in those moments is to just observe ourselves and exist and try and get through it. And just survive. Some days are just about surviving, and other days are about thriving. With shoes shined and hopes high, I continued pushing towards my goal and put in another good hour of work. I'm hiding alone. I hide alone. Okay, there's something there. There's definitely something there. There's an emotion there that I'm liking. Yeah, I admit that I am quite stuck. It's almost like I don't want to unstick myself. You know, is that what it is? Like, do I just not want to write the song because then I'll have to move on and oh, my fear is failing. And if I truly just sit here and put it off and do other stuff around the thing, I don't have to finish it. So then I don't have to, perceive failure at all. It seems obvious watching this back that that's what was going on, but I hadn't made this video yet. I was just barely understanding the beginnings of my psychology, let alone the depths. I had wide gaps in my knowledge to fill. Okay, we have reached the research portion of the video in which I must read more to be able to have something new to say. I'll be back in just a little while. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. What I was getting from myself and from my attempts to write this song was getting quite ugly. What is this? Because none of this is what I want to be doing. None of this is the intention. It's time to grow. And the only way that you can grow is by addressing, reckoning, and approaching your fear. I've been putting this off in part because I am so scared to fail that I don't even try. That's a revelation to me because what are you talking about? I don't try. I'm trying right now. I was trying for the past week. I set up the camera and the lights and everything. So what do you mean I'm not trying? It's because you're not trying in the right way. I put a lot of time and energy into the video making process, and the video is about the song, but I was using it as an excuse to not make further progress on the song. If you keep putting effort into that and you try and come up with more analysis and more intellectualized reasons for why your experience is the way that it is, you can spend your whole life going in that direction and feeling scammed out of your time and energy because you're I have good intentions and I put all my energy in and I got nothing. Sunken cost fallacy. We've been talking about that all video. Unless I cut that part, in which case we've been talking about it all video. We're all in this for the first time. And yeah, there's a lot of growing pain. There's a lot of growing pain in the world, in the Earth Day. If you pathologize that failure and let it get to you, you will be stuck. I can't change the fact that I have spiraling thoughts. I can't change the fact that I suffer, but I can change how I respond to it. Would you say it was appropriate to have Earth Day be today with the growing plants? I'm so excited about this song because I love singing and I love playing guitar and it's so much fun and doing all this stuff is so much fun and I'm excited to be able to wake up tomorrow and do it again. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, welcome back to day 9. It's time to sit down and get some work done. Not only have we come to genuine conclusions, but we continue even still. I'm very spent, I'm feeling very drained. I'm very begrudging about this whole thing today. Who likes facing their hardest fears and doing it again the next day? Still me. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty tired. If I don't try, I never will fail. I'm stuck in the hole of a child. after a couple hours down and more books read, I was starting to feel like the format might need to change. Crazy. I'm gonna take my guitar inside. There's a piano in the house. I'm gonna see if I can try and work out the harmony at least on piano. And I'll report my progress. That was actually super useful. I got so excited by this new method that ideas started to creep in again. Would it help to just sketch this out on the computer? Yeah. I totally would. I have the harmony on the piano. I know where I want to go. I just need to figure out how to get there through Sketch. So we're gonna go do that right now. I had so much fun sketching that I just kept going and I didn't come back on camera until the next day. I just recorded like a little thing, one take in my DAW, shitty microphone, doesn't matter. Just cut that up and listened to the whole thing. That didn't really net me any immediate results. Neither did trying to compose it on the piano. However, when I'm actually away from the instrument, away from the directness of this format, when I'm not being confronted actively with the need to get something done, my thoughts are a little bit more free-flowing and I can kind of sink into the idea from a more objective standpoint. Would it be crazy to go and write at the piano? All right, sorry friends, you're not gonna be able to see me do this, but I'll come back when I have something written. Does that sound good? I just wanted to say hi, to at least show up today. My loved ones and I are experiencing a bit of bad news. And on top of, you know, all the other stuff we've been dealing with, so I think I'm just deciding that I don't even want to do the lyrics because I'm just in a state in which writing good lyrics will just never happen. And frankly, I don't know if they matter. I made the decision to change my goal. Instead of finishing the entire song, I would just finish the music. Does this song have to be the greatest song I've ever written that'll change my life and transform my career and people will love me? No. This song just has to get finished. And as long as that criteria is met, that is all that matters. Even though I decided that I was done with the lyrics, this was a habit, so I sat down one last time. As soon as I hop on camera, I swear to God, I lose every ability to write. I actually think that this format was very useful for getting me propelled into momentum. I have now worked every day for about 12 days. It's gotten me out of my funk like almost completely. However, I think the camera is actually really not helping me. If it's not working, it's not working. It did feel weird to abandon this practice because it kind of felt like giving up, but I had learned and it wasn't giving up. All right, I'm gonna keep working on this whole thing. I'll come back when I have progress. I'm really disliking the recording on camera, so I'm actually. Over the next 2 weeks, I chiseled away at the composition. I picked up the guitar because I wanted to, not because I was forcing myself. I craved continuing. I'd write at night when I was calm and watching shows. Or something like, I'd write in the day when I felt pulled to the work like metal to a magnet. I'd branch out and try a new part. I found myself working every day, and it wasn't stressful. It was fun. There we go. Right? Who knows where my life would be, but I had barely weak to me. After a week, I had enough material to glue it together for the first time, and I recorded a demo. Crisp up on my skin. Who knows where my life would be? I would never thought we'd meet, but oh. I sent the demo to my friends for their input, and after enough reassurance, I spent the next week recording for real in search of one uninterrupted live take. If I don't get it tonight, it will be okay. Fuck. Yeah, alright, well, that's okay. It took days to build up the courage. I would record a take, listen to it back, see what needed to be changed, and then I tried again.
Tangled in cables, just like that Caroline Polachek song. Bro, somebody's blasting music. That was a good take.
I could feel my goal within my grasp. I had the song. It was done. All I needed to do was record it without mistakes. And then this would be over.
We can do great things. Let's make it happen. I fucking did it. Oh my god. I told you could do great things. God, man. Oh, it only clipped one time!
That was the first take I played in full that I said good enough. I wasn't totally happy. There were mistakes and some ideas that I wanted to represent differently, but I had it. I got what I needed, and that made the next take so much easier.
Well, the ending was a little scuffed, but hey, none of us are perfect, huh?
I started this project on April 13th. This is the final take. I recorded it on May 17th. I won't show you the whole thing because it's a 6-minute composition and this is a YouTube video, but I assure you, it's going on my new album. Whenever I get that done, you'll be able to listen to it. Until then, my name is Braylon. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta. I think I have a hunch that is the take. Dudes, let's go.